So we've talked about some of the challenges that small-scale farmers face. Is there something that you think from a policy perspective and from a government perspective that governments can do to help these small-scale farmers, in fact, be sort of investable from investors and sort of from other people who might want to be involved with these small-scale farmers?
Sure. Yeah, it's a difficult question because the obvious thing is provide better services, but also I understand that Kenya has a lot of needs for its tax dollars, right? Do you want to provide better agricultural extension services? Because right now it's one agricultural extension officer for over 1,000 farmers. That's difficult for that extension officer to provide a lot of value. Or do you want to improve the roads? Or do you want to improve the schools? Or do you want to improve, relations with other countries, right? I'm not a politician, so I'm not going to make a call on that. Everyone wants another $1 million, right? One thing I will say is that I have found it particularly difficult, surprisingly difficult a little bit, to engage with the governmental players. Just like a convening opportunity. There's a National Irrigation Authority. I have tried very hard to get a meeting with the National Irrigation Authority, and I have been unable to do so, even though I think that they would be interested in what I'm doing. Also, the National Irrigation Authority is spending millions of dollars to put in projects. But then what I'm hearing is they don't have a downstream partner. I'm that downstream partner. Maybe there's an opportunity for collaborate. And look, I get it. I'm a nobody, right? I got a small company. No one's ever heard of me, right? What am I going to do? Write an MP and expect a response? So I'm not saying that that's what should be happening, but an opportunity for convening the partners together and having a collaborative dialogue. Because at the end of the day, it's never going to be government alone. It's never going to be private sector alone. That collaboration together is going to be the most functional, the most valuable.
Yeah. So sort of government needs to be more proactive in terms of listening to what small-scale farmers or investors want for better collaboration.
I am not going to say that the government needs to do anything. But if there were an opportunity to get a seat at that table, I think that our collaboration would be valuable for the government, the company, and let's be honest, the most important elements, the farmers, right? I mean, look, let's just think about it another way, right? There were two reports that came out. The UN did one, and then there was International Water Management Institute through FAO. They did another one. They said about the same thing. About 17 cubic kilometers of water are available for irrigation that are not captured in Kenya every year. They either go into Lake Turkana, the salty areas, or they go out to the Indian Ocean, or they're just missed, right? 17 cubic kilometers, you can irrigate somewhere between 2 and 3 million acres. Now imagine if even a small portion of those 2 or 3 million acres were irrigated, and then they were able to achieve a 20,000 kilos productivity per acre per year. Kenya would be on the front page of every newspaper, magazine, front page news of being the world's most productive agricultural country, right? Forget importing food, we'd be exporting food. It would be an absolute transformation. It would be a rural agricultural revolution. That is going to be easier when you have all the partners together working at once.
That's true. Okay, yeah, I see your point now.
If President Ruto wants to get his name on a bunch of magazines, this is one way to do it that everyone is going to be happy about.